toy you've got to have.
The more toys our kids have to play with, the more they complain of boredom, says Juliet Schor. The marketing landscape targeting children has transformed dramatically over the past few decades. In 1984, kids 4 to 12 spent about $4 billion of their own money. By 2020, they spent $100 billion. Today, marketing to children has become the hottest trend in the advertising world. Companies now spend approximately $17 billion annually marketing to children in the US, compared to just $100 million in 1984. This 170-fold increase reflects how valuable the children market has become to advertisers. The average child in Western countries gets about 70 toys a year. Joan Chiaramonte, who does market research for the Roper Starch polling firm, explain, corporations are recognizing that the consumer lifestyle starts younger and younger, and if you wait to reach children with your product until they're 18 years of age, you probably won't capture them. Philosophy of marketers says, children aren't just today's customers, they're tomorrow's loyal spenders. So, smart marketers see kids as a triple opportunity: current spenders, family purchase influencers, and future adult consumers. Thus, brand recognition starts incredibly early, with children identifying logos by ages 3 to 4, even before they can read. Companies know that capturing a child's heart early can create a customer who remains loyal for decades, potentially worth thousands or millions in lifetime value. In this age of consumerism, for the first time in human history, children are getting most of their information from entities whose goal is to sell them something rather than from family, school, or religious groups. The average 12-year-old in the United States spends 48 hours a week exposed to commercial messages. Yet children in US spend only about 40 minutes per week in meaningful conversation with their parents and less than 30 minutes of unstructured time outdoors. Author Juliet Schor writes in her book Born to Buy that children are now also used effectively by marketers to influence their parents' purchases of big-ticket items, from luxury automobiles to resort vacations and even homes. Juliet Schor points out that many kids recognize logos by the age of 18 months and ask for brand name products at the age of 2. What makes this concerning is that children under age 8 cannot fully understand advertising's persuasive intent. They lack the cognitive ability to distinguish between programming and marketing, making them uniquely vulnerable to commercial messages. Susan Linn, the author of Consuming Kids, writes, comparing the advertising of 2 or 3 decades ago to the commercialism that permeates our children's world is like comparing a gun to a smart bomb. Today's kids are swimming in a sea of marketing messages. On television alone, children ages 2 to 11 view more than 25,000 advertisements yearly. Digital marketing is booming too, with interactive game ad spending approaching $1 billion and reaching 6 million young children monthly. Schools have become advertising venues through branded materials and sponsored events. And those beloved mobile devices, they're delivering personalized ads through apps, games, and websites. The average child spends over 44 hours weekly in front of screens, more time than anything else, except sleeping. That's a lot of opportunity for marketers to make their pitch. Research shows that children are unable to distinguish commercial motives from benign or benevolent motives. Psychological associations say advertising targeting children is inherently deceptive. When was the last time you saw a TV commercial encouraging kids to eat more broccoli? Probably never. An overwhelming 98% of food advertisements viewed by children promote products high in fat, sugar, or sodium. This marketing landscape parallels troubling health trends, with 1 in 3 American children now overweight or obese. In a controlled study that should give us all pause, children exposed to food advertising consumed 45% more food than those who watched non-food advertisements. That's not just influencing preferences, that's changing behavior. One study found that when asked who they would believe if their parents told them something was true, and a TV character, even an animated one like Tony the Tiger, told them the opposite was true, most young children said they would believe what the TV character told them. The psychological, social, and cultural impacts of these trends on children are worrying. Our children are becoming too focused on buying and consuming things. Most children started measuring their self-worth by their possessions and are spoiled. There is a fundamental collision of values between children's needs and advertising. Now, marketers openly refer to parents as gatekeepers, whose efforts to protect their children from commercial pressures must be circumvented so that those children, in the rather chilling terms used by the marketers, can be captured, owned, and branded. At a 1996 marketing conference called Kid Power, held appropriately at Disney World, the keynote address was "Softening the Parental Veto," was presented by the marketing director of McDonald's. Speaker after speaker revealed the strategy: portray parents as fuddy-duddies who aren't smart enough to realize their children's need for the products being sold. It's a proven technique for neutralizing parental influence in the marketer-child relationship. Presenters at Kid Power further revealed how marketers now use children to design effective advertising campaigns. Kids are given cameras to photograph themselves and their friends to see how they dress and spend their time. Kids are observed at home, at school, in stores, and at public events. Their spending habits are carefully tracked. And then kids are gathered into focus groups and asked to respond to commercials, separating the cool from the uncool. In this age of consumerism, marketers see children in our society are as cash crops to be harvested. The influence of advertising goes deeper than just product choices. It shapes values. Research has found direct links between advertising exposure and materialism in children. Kids in countries with higher advertising exposure report lower overall happiness and well-being. Increased materialism correlates with decreased generosity and environmental concern. Perhaps most troubling, studies show that even preschoolers judge their peers' popularity based on possession of branded items. When marketing messages repeatedly equate happiness with having the right stuff, children internalize those lessons in ways that can shape their values for life. The psychologist David Walsh, author of Selling Out America's Children, teaches parents ways to protect their offspring from falling captive to commercialism. We have to understand that market-created values of selfishness, instant gratification, perpetual discontentment, and constant consumption have become diametrically opposed to the values most parents want to teach their children. Think about what is advertised to children. It's not encyclopedias. It's not just that products are being sold in a setting that should be devoted to the search for truth and exempt from manipulation. When was the last time we expected truth in an ad? It's that a philosophy of consumerism is drummed into kids' heads. Children learn very young that you solve problems by buying things, and you're acceptable only when you reflect the ad's images. Advertising teaches envy, materialism, and competitiveness, all values that we know undermine real happiness. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more empowering content. Thanks for watching.